honor. Now I want to ask you, what do you say?
Okay.
Apart from what he said,
Okay.
other responsibility to your wife specifically.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, listeners, and sorry for coming late. I have to catch up some few things.
Yes.
Yes. So thank Reverend for your submission. As I was coming, I was listening, and coming from your perspective as a Christian and as a man of God. Yes. I agree with him. Honor as a responsibility and love, but to stretch it a little bit, I will even say that love is not a responsibility. So it is not like it's your man's responsibility to love your wife. I don't see that as a responsibility.
So love, what is it?
Love is the requirement for marriage. See? So it doesn't become like it is a responsibility. That is the requirement. What it means is that if there is no love, there is no marriage. Okay. So it is not like I have married you. Now I have a responsibility. Okay, so my responsibility includes buying clothes for you. And buying clothes for you. Then my next responsibility includes loving you. So what I'm saying is that he has even brought it to the point of saying that it's a responsibility. For me, it is the basic requirement for the relationship.
Requirement, okay.
In that you don't even have to wait to make love a responsibility before you do it.
That should be the foundation.
But it becomes the foundation, exactly. In other words, if there is no love, there is no marriage to begin with.
There's no marriage.
And so gone are those days when you could be forced to marry somebody when you don't love the person. In fact, sometimes you don't even know the person. And what they tell you that love is not important here. What you need is that, yes, this is the woman, this is the man, accept each other, stay together, have sex, produce children. You don't need to love anybody and it was so.
Yes,
but in this our modern world and the kind of trends in which we are seeing in marriages, without love as the requirement, then you have no business. Because too many things are competing for our attention. And so if you don't love somebody, then it means that the person was going to be in a very serious trouble. So the basic requirement that, he was talking about the fact that many are married but they are not prepared, they are not qualified, and all that. The truth is that you are not qualified because you don't love this person. And you have not matured enough to love the person, but you just think that maybe I've seen a man, I've seen a woman, I can satisfy my sexual emotions, he has money, I have money, we can take care of ourselves.
Okay.
Even though you have that, you are not ready for marriage. Because the basic requirement or the foundation, which is love, you don't have it.
You don't have
so to bring it to a lower grade, then a man may say that my responsibility is to love a wife. I will accept it, but then it is not even supposed to be a responsibility because that is the basic thing
the basic
that will even qualify you to be ready to marry. Yes. Then he talks about honor, which is very important because if you don't love, if you don't honor the person, many things will really happen. Can happen. And so I want to add something small to the honor. In that, you see, like he was saying that we don't even marry according to culture and all those things. Yes, even though that may be the case. Think about when you have married a woman and it's like there are things that she's supposed to do or you're supposed to support her to live together as husband and wife for you to do, but you, the man, thinks that she is a lower grade of a human being, and therefore you don't want to regard her. That will be very difficult. And so every man has that responsibility to know that it is part of my requirement as a man to honor this woman whom I have called my wife.
Okay.
And so there are things you won't want to do before her or even in her absence that will dishonor her and devalue her dignity. And so the man will have to be careful that I don't have to do this because that is my responsibility. So you honor her with that.
Honor.
Yes, please.
So you look at let's look at some of the responsibilities.
Okay.
So you mentioned some.
Yes, one of the key ones that I want to look at probably is protection.
Protection.
Yes, to protect your wife.
So
when you come
security.
To security. In fact, maximum security. Now, a woman, what a man may see and get threatened or what may threaten a woman may not threaten a man. And so, and from examples and from experience in life, you know that women are mostly the weaker vessels.
Yes.
One, because of the way they have been created. Yeah. One, because of the kind of things that they go through, even because they are women. Let me just say that. You know, look at a woman going through her messes for a whole month. You know, within the month, there is a week she knows that this is my period, this is my period, this is what is happening to me. So they naturally go through so many things which a man doesn't experience. You know, I remember several years ago when traveling from Tamale to Bolga used to take like 4 to 5 hours. And there was this guy who had gone to drink Pito before joining the bus, and I happened to be in that bus. And then when the bus moves for 30 minutes, he says he wants to urinate. When he moves 30 minutes, he says he wants to urinate. So it came to a time people were complaining, and the driver too became annoyed. So at a point in time, he said he wants to urinate, and the driver refused to stop. So he just got up and went closer to the window, which he was already sitting. He just stood up, removed his thing, and started shooting. And when he was shooting, the wind was now spraying it through the other. And there was a lot of chaos. And even though it was so annoying, I was laughing and I said, look at the way God has created man. Even in this condition, he has managed to be free from himself.
Yeah.
But a woman couldn't have done that.
No.
You see? So imagine that if it is a man, that because it's a man and the driver say he won't stop, passengers say he will not stop, he still found a way of getting himself freed. Let's assume it was a woman.
Oh, she wouldn't be.
So it tells us that naturally women need a lot of protection from that. And so if you are married, then you know that your duty or your responsibility is to give her maximum protection. And sometimes what you will do to give the woman maximum protection is not even a big deal. As sometimes we men think, you know, her gas is finished today, and she tells you, the man, my gas is finished. And you have it in mind that though her gas is finished, you are just thinking ABCD. Okay, you have about 50 Ghana cedis in your pocket. You are just thinking when you go to the office and you are coming back, you will come and take the cylinder and go and buy gas for her. And she tells you that my gas is finished. And you are not even responding to the fact that the gas is finished. You are saying nothing. And you are moving on, even though you have your plan in your head. You see, you are not protecting her. You haven't given her. You are supposed to take away that fear in her heart. My gas is finished. What is going to happen? Am I going to go through this challenge? But you, the man, you have a plan B in your mind. You know what you want to do at that moment. But you haven't given her the assurance that, oh, take it easy. By this evening, I will get gas to your place. You haven't given her that assurance. But you are just on the move. So the security she needs, she doesn't mean that go and bring macho men to come and protect her. But give her a certain kind of assurance that will take some level of heartbeat away from her. So I say, my gas is finished. You haven't said anything, you are going. Then if she complains that she's telling you things you are not responding to, you say, look at you are always in a hurry. You have told me this and just wait for me to respond. But why don't you give her the assurance that I will get gas for you by the close of the day? Then she has that assurance. And so they need a lot of protection from us. And this is how we can protect them. Another way to protect them, which is a serious matter now today, is before our family members. So she does something that is not right. You sit before your family members and you criticize her. So after this, my wife, she's just too difficult. Why is it like this? Now know that you have sold her out to the family members.
No protection there.
Because your family members are your own blood. They cannot reject you. But she is coming in as an outsider. It's only by blood you are, by marriage that you are linked. But you are your family. They can't do anything to you. Whether you are good or bad, you belong to them. But this is somebody who is coming from a different family. So once you criticize this woman before your family members, and she is sure or she's aware that you have criticized her before your family members, you have broken the security over her life.
Serious.
No
she can't have any trust.
No.
She just believes that your family members will have it in mind that she is a bad woman, she is this. So there is no such security over her life. So which mean that we men will have to be careful that our wives need this level of security from that. So even if she is wrong, be careful not to criticize her before them, which is very, very significant.
So if she's wrong, how will you put it?
See, if she's wrong, this is marriage. That's why we say for better, for worse. It means that you the man, you are part of the wrong. So take it like that. Nothing will change. So, for instance, if my wife has done something wrong and my family members are criticizing it, I don't have to join them to criticize for them to know that what they are saying is correct. Already it is correct. All I need is to keep quiet about it. Even if she's at fault.
That is it.
And then when she comes down or whatever it is, when I'm with her in private, I can let her know that the ABC you have done was not actually
Not right.
But I was protecting you. That is how come I didn't say anything. I didn't want to cause a mess. That's why I kept quiet. So you, the man, can respond that way. So don't criticize her before them or even accept their criticism. You know, and there are basic things that you, the man, can even do that will even increase the level of protection. Look at it today. Maybe she has cooked. You have visited. Your family members have come. She has cooked and the salt is over.
Or plenty pepper.
Plenty pepper. See, and you just know that they are struggling to eat. So as a man, you will have to take some of it. Even though people may see it as a lie, people may see it as a pretend, but this pretend is a positive one. You may just come out and tell them that, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes in this house I like salt.
That is it.
So today happens to be one of the occasions. Or let them know that in this family, that's the salt content we take. And pretend to enjoy it, even though you know that it is not
enjoyable.
When she leaves,
some don't have.
You can handle it. Yes, and that is why if we don't have the heart, then means that we are not going to protect them. Because is it every day she has been putting too much salt in food? No. This day maybe.
And we are also human beings.
A problem has happened.
Yeah.
And you see, the truth is that, man of Reverend, some people don't know that even conflict can change your taste. Yes. Once the woman is tense up to a certain level, even her tongue, the taste on her tongue will change. Say that under the normal circumstance, what she would have put in the soup to know that this is the quantity of salt that will be okay for this soup. For this soup, she may even taste the soup, and she cannot get the taste, because there is tension in her
house.
Then she asks more. Then she now says, okay, this one looks normal. But then no, it is over the bar for the normal people who are not. So sometimes our attitude or the kind of things that may happen even at home can make the woman to mix up what she normally does and does well.
This is serious.
Yes.
This is
tension.
Serious.
And so if we are protecting, the protection will come from various angles. Various angles. Yes. So we need to understand that our responsibility also includes that kind of protection.
The kind of protection.
Yes.
Wow. Well, beloved, you heard it all, and I know you are enjoying it. I want you to start sending your comments via 02048546161, 02048546161, or send your WhatsApp messages to 02094222159, 02094222159. And I'll read them for you. And exactly 3, I will open the phone lines for you to call in. Now, I know there are some other responsibilities.
Yes.
I want us to look at. Let's mention all of them, so that our listeners, well, because when we are done, we'll also look at the responsibilities of the woman to the husband. Then we'll come to the children and we'll see where it lies. But let's mention all the responsibilities as a man you need to render to the woman as a wife. So Reverend Herford.
Another point is provision. You need to provide for your wife.
Provide.
In all angles. She needs financial provision, material provision, spiritual provision. What will make her life comfortable? You have to provide. Because the Bible said that if a man cannot provide for his family, he's worse than an infidel. So you need to provide. And as you were saying, let's say the woman gas is finished. You have to provide.
But if the woman has money to provide, then you know she's working and she can.
But if anything your wife or that is coming from your wife is a help to you, and you must appreciate it, but it is not her responsibility. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Well, we'll also look at the other side.
Anytime something is coming from your wife to you,
it's just a help.
It's just a help, and appreciate it, and know that it's just for a period of time, but it should not be continuous. It shouldn't be that do this and I also do this. When the workload becomes that do this and you are sharing your responsibility with your wife like that. But if she's helping, if she has the means and she's giving it to you, just know that she's helping you, but it is not her duty to provide for herself clothes, whatever that makes life comfortable. You need to provide. So a man is also a provider.
You provide
of shelter, clothes,
who
food.
Provide for you?
Pardon me.
Who provide for you?
The man.
Yeah.
Who provide for you? The man. That's why you are a man. Your source is also from God. Your source is also from what? From God. And you must believe God to get a job.
Everything that the woman will put on, must be from the man.
Must be from you, the man.
Everything the woman will eat must be
from you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's scriptural.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's say we are in an area whereby, as you are saying, they are working. Your wife may be working. And I'm saying that if she's working and she's able to provide certain things, all the time you need to appreciate her. And let her know that it is your responsibility to do this, but because your income is not enough, that's why she's undertaking it. But when you believe God and you prosper, the money start flowing in all those things. You can let her have her distance so that she can help.
The initiator of marriage says that they are one.
They are one.
So if you are one, meaning what belongs to the woman belongs to all of you.
Very good.
Also.
Very good. It belongs to
all of you.
But you are the head.
Yeah, and you mad this.
Why are you the head? Because the Bible says the man is the head of the family. So it is your responsibility to provide all these things. But that's why I'm saying that it doesn't mean that if the woman is helping you in that area, maybe you shouldn't accept it or something of that sort. But accept it, but have that mentality.
Okay.
Because that is what God said.
Okay.
God said Adam needed a suitable helper.
Okay.
So she's helping you.
Okay.
But she's not assuming that responsibility. Because there are some husbands that just relax. Because my wife is doing this, she can do this and she can do this and she can do this. I don't care.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay. So apart from the help, apart from the support, the provisions, what other responsibilities?
The responsibility, another responsibility, you have to be the father. Yeah. You must take
that is to the children.
Yeah.
We'll look at that.
Okay.
We are looking at the woman. Your responsibility to the woman specifically.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have mentioned what? Honor. Protection.
Provisions.
Love, as you were saying, is the foundation of it. I have some this thing here. You must also satisfy your wife sexually.
Which is very, very important.
Which is very, very important.
Is it very important or very, very?
Very, very, very important.
Okay.
She must be satisfied sexually. So it is your responsibility to satisfy her.
Pastor Jeffy,
Yeah.
come in. He talk about provision
Yes,
and then
yes.
sexual satisfaction.
Yeah.
What do you say to that and then addition?
Yes, I think that is very fine. What he's saying, I agree with him that provision is the duty of the man. Yeah. But when we say that provision is the responsibility of the man, we are not saying that the woman hasn't got that responsibility. So look at it. You are providing for the family. It has come to issues of school fees or even rent or accommodation and all those things. It doesn't mean that the woman can be out of it.
Okay.
But like Reverend is saying, when they come, the man should see it as a help or support that is coming from the wife, which
Okay.
I agree with him. Okay, so it becomes help that the woman is giving. But then we need to understand that this must be properly put in the right context.
Okay.
That rightly, as you said, we are together in this marriage. We are one in this marriage. Whatever goes on in this marriage becomes our, not mine, not yours. It becomes ours. And so when it comes to provision, as much as it is the man's responsibility, the woman has a role when she can. So that when she can support and she brings in her support, the man sees that as an added value. You have seen that something she has done to support, because it takes this kind of support for the two of you to go on, which I perfectly agree. Now I'm talking about sexual satisfaction, which says that is the duty of the man. Yes, that is very key, because it is an emotional need of the woman also. And so if the man thinks that the woman is just there so that he can have sexual satisfaction, and he's not thinking about how he can satisfy the woman sexually, then that means that he's actually running away from his responsibility. To the point, let me say that even if in the relationship and you, the man, you are interested in satisfying yourself sexually, and you can just wake up your wife, and then you come in, and within 3-4 minutes you have finished and you have gone. What you have done is not sexual satisfaction to her.
Okay.
You have only satisfied yourself and not her. So if that kind of habit continues, then know that you are not actually satisfying her, but you are satisfying yourself, because what you have done, you want to ask yourself whether is she satisfied. And if there are repetitions of this, then know that you are not satisfying her sexually. So making love to her doesn't actually mean that it is sexual satisfaction, especially if she is not satisfied the way you are satisfied. And that is where work, labor comes into sexual life. So that the man knows that, oh, it is not that when I feel like I just come over here and I've finished. It's not like that. It has to, whatever you, the man, now have to do for the woman to know that she too is satisfied, just like you, the man, you are satisfied. Then you take it as your responsibility as the man. And then the woman too can tell herself that, yes, I am satisfied, I feel I am a woman and all that. But not for you to do it just anyhow, get yourself satisfied, and then you are gone out of it. Yes. And so that is very important, that kind of sexual satisfaction is there. Right. Now, the other responsibility I will put on the man also, or will be required from the man, is helping the woman in her daily chores in the house. Helping. And I'm using helping as his responsibility because you have brought in the woman. And we know that physically there are some things that women will struggle to do which men will not. You see, and I always use some which I know many men may disagree, but reason and look at it. Think about your bathhouse and keeping that bathhouse neat, scrubbing it. You and your wife, who has muscles to scrub this bathhouse? whose muzzle will be applied to scrubbing it, and it will be neatly done. That I agree that men, when it comes to this, and we may not have the skill, because we have the strength. The woman may not have the physical strength, but she has the skill. But then I think that if it has to be for you to take brush that is hard and go on this floor, you are scrubbing it to make it neat. I believe that no matter how you the man, you can do it in a better way. See, so there are some of the things that if I'm a man and I enter into this thing, the amount of energy I can exert to get it done, the woman might not be able to do it. So even though the house chores responsibility comes to the woman, there are some of them that the man too has it as a responsibility to support her to get them done well. But then the understanding, just like in the area of provision, that when the woman is providing, when the man provides for the woman, it becomes his duty. And when the woman too is coming in, he is supporting, and the man should appreciate it. In the same way, when the man's responsibility also come in helping her at the home, the woman should know that this is not his duty, but he is giving me a helping hand. So that you don't come commanding your husband to come and wash things. He will wash them when he wishes. He will help you in the kitchen when he wishes. But then don't make it look like it is his responsibility. Because sometimes, excuse me to say that some women take some things for granted, just like men to do. Men to sometimes, no. So the man comes in, he's helping you in the kitchen. Maybe he helps to take care of the children by bathing them and washing their clothes and all that. And then you now assume that it is his responsibility. So that when he is not doing it, you think he has offended you.
You have to fight.
That is where the problem comes.
I had this information that the man was helping the woman to pound fufu. One day he was late. The woman, he came to the house. The woman was not talking to him. She became annoyed. But he should have been there to do the work. So you see the problem, and that is why some of the men don't want to do certain things. Because when you keep on, when you do something for 21 days, it becomes, you become used to it. It becomes your habit. So the man will keep on doing it. The day you are not around, problem. The same one woman, the same thing. The man always come home, prepare the food. He will come home first. So he can't prepare the food. One day he comes home, and then something happened. He couldn't do it. The woman comes home and problem. Why he did not prepare the food? So you see, so it's making the men very difficult to assume certain responsibilities. But well, beloved, 10 minutes past 3. I think now I have to open the phone lines for you to come in, call in, and also tell us your mind, or you can ask any question of your choice. You can also send a text message to this line 0209422159. The same line you can send your WhatsApp message, and I will read them to you. So start calling now. 0204854161. 0204854161. So Pastor James, you mentioned one of the responsibilities. Let's look at some. Then we come to the women, the wives, to the husband, to the husbands. Yes.
Okay. If we really want to go, I don't know how it will end, where it will end. Because there are so many things. So many things that the man has towards his wife. You see, one of the things you have as a man is helping your woman to build her confidence. Confidence is very important in the life of a woman. And you see, like I said, even in terms of her physical weaknesses, there are many things that really fight that confidence. Look at her when you were courting her to marry. She looks very smart. very attractive shape. She has put herself in order. The burden on her is light because she's not married. So too many responsibilities are not on her. Now, as soon as she marries, think about pregnancy till birth. That's almost a year's assignment. The day she conceives, everything changes. Her shape, body shape is beginning to change. The breasts are falling. Shape is getting a different shape you have never imagined. And too many things. Now she comes home with a child. She's breastfeeding. She's wearing pampers. She's running. So sometimes you can see that she's really exhausted at it. You know, we men, we can dress very nicely and go to wherever you want to go and still come back looking neat. But think about a woman who is breastfeeding a baby. She can dress nicely, go out, and within 2 minutes, everything is soiled, depending on what happens to the baby. A baby can throw vomit on her, and that is it. So at a point in time, you notice that this same woman is beginning to lose confidence. So it is the man's duty to ensure that he is putting things in place to make sure that this woman does not lose her confidence. Maybe before even she married, maybe she could go to the salon at least once every week. Now she is married and even noted that even time is not on her side for her to go to salon every week if she wishes. So now the man should be able to take this responsibility to know that, look, I have this responsibility to make sure that this kind of confidence level is being, I built my wife on it. She's losing her shape, so many things. She has delivered, her clothes no longer fit her. She shouldn't be thinking about what next to wear. How am I going to get them done? Yes, we are not saying buy new clothes for her, but even though she will need to do alteration and what have you to be able to help, you demand support. And know that anytime this woman takes a dress and it cannot fit her, she has to alter it. She's like, hey, is that how my body is becoming? So keep appreciating that same body she still has.
Okay.
And then by that, you are helping to inject confidence in her. And then so never compare her shape again to other women. Look at them on their... I'm not expecting my wife who is carrying a baby behind her to be on high heels. So that's little girl who has nothing doing and she's free wearing her high heels and looks attractive. You will be wrong to compare her to your wife because she's carrying children. So how will she wear high heels and all those? So you should give her her confidence, help her to build her confidence by not comparing her to all these people. But as you keep appreciating her, you keep loving her, then you are encouraging her to build that confidence. And so if your wife is losing her own confidence, then it means that you, the man, you are not supporting her.
That is it.
Wow.
So she's delivering 1, 2, 3, 4 because that she cannot read books, she cannot study again. You, the man, you read one book here, read another book here, then you come and you are telling yourself, my wife doesn't like reading. Which of us would have loved to read when the baby is breastfeeding? When that baby is sucking, do you know what it means to
She
you?
has things to wash,
To
baby
wash,
clothes
things
to
that,
wash,
things that.
bowls to wash, kitchen cabinet to clean.
And you are talking about she's not reading. So once you are talking about that, she doesn't love reading, she doesn't love reading, she doesn't listen to news. You are making her now feel less of who she has been. So for us men, it should be it's our responsibility to help that woman to build her confidence. Then maybe the other one I will add before a reverend comes in is the fact that help her to develop herself.
To develop herself.
Yes, very important.
Like-
Look at you, for instance, let's say maybe you're married with diploma.
Okay.
So you were a diploma holder, your wife a diploma holder. You started doing distant education. You got your degree. Let's say in 3 years you had your degree. And by the 3 years she has 2 children. Now you started doing your masters. By the time she finished with the 4th child or the 3rd child, you, the man, you've gotten your master's degree. Now, don't forget that you all started on the same level. But because she spent time to produce the children and to take care, you got that time to
Do your
study.
masters.
And you have gone far. Don't come back now and make it look like you are far better. Now, it is now your turn to help her to also develop. Now that she has come to a time where maybe let's say that she has finished bringing forth her children. Let's assume that it is 4 you want to stop and you have read the 4. And then you have come with your master's degree. Now it means that it is time now for you to begin to support her to develop herself. Some of the things that you can do for her.
So if you marry your wife,
Yes.
who had SS set,
Yes.
this was see, you have to develop.
You in fact,
Help
it will
her.
be a failure on you as a man
That is it.
to know that I married my wife with SSS certificate. Now, 5 years down the line, she's still sitting with SSS certificate. And you, the man, you have advanced more.
Okay.
Yes.
Attain masters.
You should be able to assist her to be able to study. That is, even encourage her to develop the interest that she can do it again. Because to even go off the academic life for 5 years can be a challenge. And that is where she may take a book and start dozing off. Encourage her until she's able to recover. So it is a duty of the man to be able to assist her. Because it was because of both of you she probably didn't continue from the SS. But you know that you can assist her to be able to continue, or she had the desire to continue. We should be able to help them to get to that level. So if it is that you have married her and she started with diploma or it's SS, 5 years, 6 or first degree, and 5 years, 6 years down the line, she's still at the same level. You, the man, should know that there is something you need to do. Especially if she came from her father's house with first degree, and for 5, 6 years down the line, still first degree. You, the man, what can you do to help her go above
But
the way she came in your
those
life?
who are not educated, you married an educated lady.
Good.
Do you think they will want to suffer this?
Yes, so that is why you should know that helping her to develop may not just be in the area of academics. Skill. You see, skill. And adding skill to your life is a way by which you even put confidence. Let's even look at it. She's a woman, she's married, she's not educated. But you, the man, how can you help her to add skills to her? Sometimes maybe just need to pay a little. You are not saying that she cannot cook.
Yeah.
But is it possible for her to go to a restaurant and learn something new? Is it possible? And if you look at it, it is possible.
Yeah.
Maybe there may be some kind of food items she's not even able to do,
That is
Okay.
which are very basic.
Yeah.
Not even, let me not say basic to a woman so that she'll feel insulted. But these are things that you don't even know. If you take flour and oil, what can you do with it? You go into most restaurants, you notice that they can do so many things with it. Is it possible to send your wife for a 1-month training or even a weekend training, and she can learn something with it? And that is a skill. Some of them can take some few things and they are learning soap making.
Yeah.
They are learning how to use soya products, to soya beans to produce other kind of products and things. So even if she's not having this academic, there are basic things you, the man, can do or can support her for her to be able to develop her skills. And you notice that she has added something to herself which probably initially was not in her life.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And listeners, as I said, you can come in. Messages have started coming in. I'll be reading them shortly, but I also want you to call. We are discussing about the responsibilities of the husband or the man to his wife. Now, this time we'll look at the responsibilities of the woman to the husband. Yes. So call in. The line is 02048546161. 02048546161. Let me just read this one. He sent it from Gambigo. He is called Robert. Okay. He said, "I thank you very much for this message. Even though I'm single, but I have seen people treating their wives as if they were not." Well, the message is not complete. I know it's still on the way. So let's look at Reverend Herford, responsibilities of women to their own husbands.
As we've read from Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 coming. the key responsibility of a woman is submission to the husband. The woman should learn to be submissive to the husband. And submission here, I want to say that it's not just to be like a doormat before your husband, but submission here means you are strong, you are weighty, but that weighty or strength is under control. You still allow your husband to rule over you.
The woman is the head of the state, president.
Yeah,
And the man,
that's what I'm saying.
So
That is you. That means she's heavy.
you still.
She has weight.
Yes.
She has strong,
Yeah.
but that strength.
Okay, let's pick our first caller and then see. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Your name, please. Hello. Can you? Yes.
Hello.
The radio. Your radio volume is high. Can you?
Okay.
lower it?
I've lowered it. I've lowered it.
So let your name and where you are calling us from. Your name, please.
Okay, please. I'm Mr. Ada. I'm calling from Daniel.
Okay, let's hear you.
Ada.
Adam, okay, let's hear you.
Yes. I listened to the program, and but I'm very interested in the program. We started with the idea of the voice,
Okay.
and there I was not getting the education. In fact, the program is interesting, but it's like you were putting the blame so much on men, and then you just eliminated what causes the divorce. Whether it's like the cause is from only the men and not the women.
You know the divorce we spoke. Is it last 3 weeks? Last 4 weeks? Last 3 weeks that we spoke about divorce.
But this particular program, too, when it started, you talked about divorce.
Hello. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I understand you. I understand you.
So my problem is, you see, it's not that men want to. You cannot. If you don't love a woman, you will not marry her in the first place. So sometimes things, we are not in the Western world. We are in Africa. Things make men to leave their women not because they just want to leave them or they don't believe in the Bible. But when it becomes too much for you, there's nothing that you can do. That you let her go.
We talk of divorce. We said, the Reverend said that when you love your woman, there's nothing like divorce because Christ did not divorce the church. That was the love for the.
So you see, the women, some women to take this as an advantage to misbehave settle to the highest level. Because of the Bible, then they can do anything, and then the man will just say, "Oh, because of the Bible, you close your eyes." No, you see. For example, let me give you an example. Hello.
Yes.
You see, you men of God. You see, you are teaching us things that are very important. Hello.
Yes. But, today we are not focusing on divorce. So if you have any contribution about the responsibilities of men and to their wives and the women to their wives, you contribute.
But I want you to.
Today we are not focusing on divorce.
Yes, but then I want you to just answer this simple question for me before I let it go.
Okay.
For example, we are all men. You men of God, you are also men. Assuming that you catch your wife red-handed with a man, how are you going to stomach it? And you say because of the Bible, you should keep her.
Oh, answer you. You cut and then listen. Yes. We are going to respond.
Yes.
Thank
when
you.
you catch your woman red-handed, divorce doesn't settle the matter. Because assuming my wife catch me red-handed, will I say she should divorce me? So if my wife catches me red-handed and I will not say she should divorce me, then I should also have the mind that if I catch her red-handed, then it doesn't mean divorce. Okay. It's about solving the problem.
We have a caller.
All right.
Let's answer. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you are calling us from.
Yeah, this is Joseph.
Joseph, calling from.
Yeah, we call from the Central Market area.
Yeah, our Joseph. Yes, you are welcome.
Yeah.
And let's receive your comments.
Yeah, I appreciate. I've learned a lot.
Thank you.
But one of the things is that sometimes the challenges we encounter, we don't share them. Most of the times, especially in public.
Okay.
But the joy that you share with your wife or your husband, sometimes you are glad to share them. But when you listen to an educative program like this, then you correct some of the mistakes
Okay.
and at least continue the joy so that you share with everybody. As you said, sometimes love is what builds a marriage. I will not share this story, but there's somebody who has been in marriage. But even love making, sometimes this woman will have to cry. This woman have never felt inside her heart that where she is, that is where she belongs for so many years. But the Bible says the two shall come together and they be one. Okay? But I can see the pain. I can see that the woman is there, but the woman is not happy. I cannot go inside and tell you that, go. But I know you're not. And in this situation, you just play this person. Well, I won't say much about it, but I think where there's love, especially in our marriages, you don't right or wrong.
Okay.
When you see them, just let them go. And when you let them go, just a few minutes, one beautiful thing about the marriage is that you can just fight in the morning, and then the evening you are together. You can fight that very night, and then just a few minutes you are together. So when you keep the other person in your heart for 2-3 days, then you see that everybody will begin to have some kind of a negative way of looking at the other person. And at the end, you see that will build some kind of defenses. And when it happens that way, then you see that everything in the woman or in the man is wrong.
Okay.
And that cannot at least promote our healthy relationship. I think you have to listen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe from Central Market. God bless you.
A born again Christian, maybe your husband is not, and he's a drunkard. It is your responsibility to help him out. We'll talk of helping your wife to develop herself. In the same way, you can also help your husband. If only the laugh is what is there. You don't need to disrespect him, but you only need to cry unto God for his repentance and what you can do, because that should not be a yardstick for you to disrespect your husband and say all manner of things concerning your husband. Because I know of a woman whose her husband was drinking back in Obuasi. And you know, those days they were using one big trailer at the worksite. But anytime this man got drunk, the woman would trace to know where the husband is, would bring him home, bath him, give him water to drink. He was a Christian. So when he does that, and the following day the man goes to work, the fellow workers will be insulting him. Look, if had it not been your wife, look at you. It is your wife so he wasn't happy. So he said one day, close from work and do as if he was drunk. And the wife came, picked him, went home and bathed him. So it was when the woman sat down to give him food that he started to cry. And said, they have said about you that this is what you have been doing, but I don't always see all these things. I'm facing
but
that.
Must you be a Christian before doing this?
No, not only a Christian, but anyone who have love for his husband. Because you have love for him, if he's erring, you must bring him to what? Back to the normal descent.
I see women
It doesn't matter.
insulting their husbands.
And-
I think that
And finally, this man, that day happened to be Saturday. The following day, Sunday. That very day, the man said, "No, where you go to worship, I'll go with you." And that day, the whole church was just his testimony alone.
Joyous.
So he was
Because,
able to
you see,
win the husband to the Lord.
That is it.
So we should take it. The women who are facing this problem also take it a pain and with prayer. They shouldn't just give
See?
up. They
So
shouldn't give up.
let me come in with this. I think that what we need to understand is that we are dealing with human emotions, and talking about it from that angle is one out of the lot.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, it's facts. Let's face it, it's a physical thing. Let's face it, it's an emotional thing. By the time your husband goes out and is drunk and is coming home, one, he has dishonored you as a woman. He has dishonored his children. He has dishonored his family. Because some of the things that you do are very shameful. They are very dishonoring. They are insulting. So by the time, think about it. By the time you now see your husband is drunk and is falling in gutters, people are laughing. You, even the person, you feel physical pain. And so we must admit that it's a difficult situation. But then what we are saying is that even though it's a difficult situation and you may go through emotional pain and sometimes you may want to abuse the person, we will not hold you responsible for that way, for behaving that way, because it's emotional. But then what we are saying that you also have a role to play. And that is where Reverend brought that kind of example. But look at it. This is a man who drinks. He takes his salary and he doesn't get home with it. Once he passes the beer bar or whatever drinking spot he passes, he sprays drinks to people. By the time he gets home, the money is finished. And then he's buying the drink on credit. And it's so embarrassing. He's not paying his school fees. He doesn't come home with money. His colleagues are building, he's renting, and you don't see where the money goes. And the woman is struggling. She can't feed the family. She can't pay the school fees. She can't pay the rent. But the man is working and the money is just... You, the woman, you will naturally be frustrated. And now think about it. He comes home and he wants to sleep, and you think that the woman is also sleeping in the pitoba because he's smelling drink. He may even vomit and lie. So they are difficult emotional things. But what I mean is that there can always be a way out. And that is why there is counseling. And this kind of counseling, it can even help to take care of how to take care of the addiction, because there is a level at which addiction becomes sickness. So you know that at this point now, take that particular man or that particular woman now as a patient, because he has drank alcohol to the point where it now becomes a sickness to him. The day he doesn't even drink, he's not normal. Unless he's boosted, that is where he becomes, in fact, to him, that is not the normal level. So at this point, take him as a patient. And that is where now this woman will have to go and take her patient, come home and bath him, feed him before he became normal. So you go through pain, doesn't mean you go through. But take this man now as your patient. And once you take him now as your patient, you will be able to find a way out. And sometimes you may just need to consult, get counseling as to what to do with yourself, your emotions, and how you can assist. And then when you come that level, you notice that things are going to work very well for you. And that is the story, that is the essence of it, that this woman took it from that angle. And so if you, the woman, you are able to take it also from this angle. But if you come also abusing him and making everybody to know how useless he is, then you are not supporting, you are just adding more trouble to his sickness. Yes.
This is serious.
And when you were saying all these things, I was thinking about, at times it's the beginning of the what? At times
The marriage.
the marriage. At times the troubles most of I can say most of them comes from the marriage. Because marriage that lack communication, all those things of this nature are bound to happen. I remember one my friend. He got born again through the wife. The wife was the first to get born again, and was able to convince the husband to accept Jesus Christ, and he even became a pastor. And when the man was a pastor, it was then the woman also started misbehaving and a whole lot of those things. And the man was now frustrated, and he entered into what? Into drinking. As of now I'm saying, he said
Still drinking. Serious.
when you want to say anything at all, you say, it's my wife that is troubling me. My wife, together with the children, they are troubling me. So at times I go and take this so that I will be able to. But all the same, the fact that you are a man, you can't blame you can't blame your wife. You can't go into drinking because your wife is
the woman's
is
responsibility.
Yeah.
That one of them is to give a very good welcoming atmosphere at home. And this is a major responsibility for any woman who is married. That we need a peaceful home. You need a home that is welcoming. And so even if you have your difficulties with the man and he goes to work and is coming back, it is not for him to come home and he comes in and it's a bad atmosphere. You are meeting him, you are greeting him with too many problems. He comes from work, you are moody, good evening, you don't respond. He comes to sit down, you don't mind him. He's asking for food and it's a different story. So you just make it so difficult for him that coming home becomes hard for him. Or even he's not even living well. Maybe you suspect that he's chasing or he's really chasing and all that. And he comes home and you are meeting him with all kinds of accusation and so many problems. You are rather going to encourage him to keep going out or even not to come home. But when he comes home to come and meet a peaceful wife, a wife who is obedient, a wife who is submissive, a wife who will make the home looks like a home, so that when he's coming home, you have that confidence. But when he comes home and see that things are just not in order, your attitude, you are just quarrelsome, any small thing you will argue and shout and all that. So when he closes from work, he thinks that he needs to while away time, and that is where the drinking comes. Because he sits out there and the friends are there. You start drinking small, and you know, drink, you take it bit by bit, bit by bit. Before you realize, so many bottles have come down the line, and by the time you are going home, you notice that you are not the same. So the woman's responsibility is to make sure that the home is welcoming.
It's welcome.
So that when the husband too comes, he knows that there is difference between workplace and home. So that the man doesn't keep running away from coming to his own family.
So at what point, you are a counselor, at what point the man or the woman will seek a counselor?
For me, you see, there are emotional issues. So anytime you think that you are losing your emotional strength, seek for the help of a counselor.
Okay.
Because emotional strength is said that when you lose it, you are almost becoming abnormal. Yes, you are becoming abnormal. That is why you will see that a pastor has gone to sleep with his own maid. You are wondering. We thought that a pastor is supposed to be an example. A teacher is supposed to be an example. How can he lower himself to this level? That is because he has lost it emotionally. And see, anytime we lose that emotional strength, we become abnormal.
That is it.
So it is for you to ensure that anytime you notice that this thing is becoming unbearable for you, call for the assistance of counselors. You see, as a man, my wife is not satisfying me sexually. And I know that this woman, the way she's behaving, is 3 weeks now, no show, no sex. It's 2 weeks now, no sex. The communication is not even right. I don't want to wait until a house girl has tempted me, or until a choir girl in the church has tempted me. That is not it. So once you know you cannot confront her to deal with it, immediately call for attention. And it doesn't mean that you are selling your marriage. Some of the things you will need to confront them. So if you want to now pile things until you call for attention, by the time you realize some of them you have even destroyed yourself. You see, so I think that calling for counseling attention anytime you feel that you are having overdose of whatever is happening emotionally, call for attention. And it doesn't mean you are selling your marriage. You are not selling it out. My stomach is aching. I don't have to assume that all is well until I call for attention. Papa is something different. Yes, there are times you may need to rest just for such pain to go. But if you have rested and noticed that I've done A, B, C, D and it's not going, it means seek the nearest medical attention. So the same way with counseling, that if you notice that A, B, C is not working for you, then talk to a counselor. Then when it becomes necessary, you and your husband or you and your wife may now meet the counselor. But I think that anytime it happens, you can always call for.
Yes. You know,
that you need counseling.
that is one thing.
But
that
after you
people-
are married, why do you not go for
you don't
counseling?
need
It's
it.
something that people are just not
It's
aware of.
ignorance. It's ignorance.
Yeah, but-
for instance, like you saying, I have a counseling consult in town, Elios Counseling Consult, which is located at the ministries on top of the social welfare block. Every day I have clients coming in. Every day I have clients coming to the office, and some of the sexual issues or some of the problems that come in most are sexually related. You see, and I'm a counselor. Every week I have 1 or 2 people I run sex therapy for.
Okay.
Every week I have 1 or 2 people I run sex therapy for. Now, so sex between me and my wife is not just for pleasure, but it is an antidote. It is like medicine to take care of many things. So if I know that, let's say maybe the week has been so busy that I did not have attention for my wife and she did not have attention for me and I am busy, but I know that today I have 1 or 2 clients, I am going to take them through sex therapy. I must at all cost have sex before I go and handle it. Because I'm going to deal with an issue that has to do with emotions. You see, so and I know that this is part of my work. So my wife must understand that sex with me is not just because now at this point we want to have pleasure. But you know that at this point now there is a responsibility. It is part of the job because I am going to run people through sex therapy. So I know that this is what it means to me as a husband. This is what it means to me as a counselor. This is what it means to me as a pastor. So all of us must know that as we do this work, as I'm involved, your husband is a bank manager. Do you know the number of customers he meets? Do you know the number of women who comes his way? Do you know the number of women who are making advances to him? So you must know that you satisfying him sexually is not just for pleasure, but you are helping him to be able to take care of other businesses.
Okay.
Think about it. Your husband is a policeman who may be sent on duty and probably for 24 hours he's in the bush. Do you know what he encounters in the bush? In that loneliness. So as a woman, and you know that my husband is a police officer, he will be going on duty and I'm not sure when he's coming back. For you, sex is not for pleasure. That once this man is going on assignment, I give him sokalafia as sex before he moves on, so that you know that the man can contain himself emotionally. So if you know that sex is becoming an issue in your marriage, run for counseling
Fast.
very fast. Run for counseling.
It will save a lot of things.
It will save a lot of things.
Yes.
It's an
So
area
it's
that we don't want to
so
talk
it's
about.
the same responsibility that run. So the woman, you must render this to your husband. You see as a responsibility.
Exactly.
So what are some of the responsibilities as a woman you can render to your husband
That is one aspect. That's sexual. You must satisfy your husband too.
sexually?
Yeah, sexually. You must be able to what? Satisfy your husband. Because the Bible says that your body doesn't belong to you. In the same way, your husband's body doesn't also belongs to what? The two of you should satisfy yourself sexually. And it's one of the things that holds on the what? The marriage.
The bonds are
That bonds you together. If you have any misunderstanding or any issues in marriage, it's the sex that brings you together. And that is the easiest way to even solve your problems. That's the easiest way, sex. Because when you meet, all those things that have happened during the distance, you will forget about all those things. So that's one of the easiest way to solve even marital problems. So if you are a lady, you must do well to settle. As he say, you don't give you don't give sex to your husband for pleasure only, but so that he can be able to take other his duties, as he say as a counselor. I'm going to counsel people, and I myself am having the same problem in the house. You only be saying it theoretically, but practically,
you don't know what it means.
You don't know what it means. So it's very, very important. As a woman, you must.
And just to add something to it, that woman or women should not use sex as a weapon.
Okay.
You know, you use it as in barter trading.
To fight.
You know that, oh, I want cloth, I want this, and you do not give me, so no show. I want this, and you have not been able to do it, so no show. In fact, if you keep doing that, you are going to lead yourself into serious trouble. Before you realize, this same man, husband of yours, who has no time for ladies, will start paying attention to them. Because it's like anytime he's not able to do something for you, then he doesn't come near you because he knows that you will not allow him to have sex. So you are now using it as in you are trading with it.
But
so I asked you to do A, B, C, D, and you didn't do. Now you want me sexually. I will not agree.
I want phone. You didn't buy the phone.
Before you realize it, your husband, who is an angel, you know, may start. Even Satan was an angel before he fell. So who is your husband? So it means that women, as part of our responsibilities to our husband, we must know that satisfying them sexually is very important.
Very, very
and you
important.
don't use sex as a weapon to fight your own personal interest. Yes.
Yes. So we are left with some few minutes to go. If you still want to call, you can do that. We can only pick one call and then leave the studio. Let's pick one or two responsibilities, and then we end it.
Yes, sir. Okay. Right.
One of the responsibilities, as you were saying, is to a woman duty is to also make the home welcoming. Not in the area of maybe your mood and all those things, but even the arrangement of the house. You must put the house in order. When that is done to this, because cooking, washing, taking care of the children, maybe your room and all those things, even though the man can come in, but it is the responsibility of the woman to make sure the home is in order and conducive for the two of you. But in a situation whereby a man from work, he comes to the house and he sees that the whole room is disorganized. Maybe he's coming with his friends.
You see a pillow here.
You see pillow here.
You see
ladle here. You see spoon here. You see baby pampers here and all those things. The whole room is scattered. When that is done, somebody who is well organized will not accept it. And all the time, he will not even like to come to the house. He will not like it to come to the house. So when that is also done, is the responsibility of the wife to ensure that environment alone, apart from looking sexy and having a good mood and all those things, the home must also be kept in order. Yeah.
As a Jemfi, this will be your
my last
final.
Okay. So I think that one of the things that we women will have to render as part of their responsibility is encouraging your husbands.
Okay.
Sometimes, because they say men are strong. Sometimes women don't know that there are many areas where they are stronger than men emotionally.
Okay.
But sometimes they don't know that they are stronger. You know. So one of the things you need to do is to encourage your husband.
Okay.
You see, it's like you wake up and you ask your wife, "Good morning, how are you?" And she say, "I'm fine." Okay, so all this. But the man equally needs such encouragement. You should be able to ask your husband, "How are you doing?" And he say, "Oh, I'm fine," and try to find out what is happening to him and all that. And then whilst he's going out, encourage him. Oh, have a blessed day. I'm praying that today it will be like this for you, to be like that for you, to be like that for you. Maybe he goes to work, call him in the course of the day. "Oh, how are you doing? I'm just calling to give you a check and to find out how you are." Now, these are all encouragement that a woman can give to her husband.
Wow.
But if you are sitting there waiting for your man to rather be doing that all the time, it can be very discouraging. No, sometimes the man things are not well with him. And he expects to receive words of encouragement from his wife, but he doesn't hear anything. And all that you tell him that gas is finished, this is finished, this is done, this is not,
No salt.
and that is not very, very.
When you call him, all a problem.
It's at ministries, social welfare block. So you can
leave my personal contact if you.
yes. So you drop it.
So you can call 020 850 4453. 020 850 4453 or 024 00 95450. I'll repeat 024 00 95450. And if it's the Vodafone is 020 850 4453. So you meet us at the ministries at the social welfare block, and we can get in touch with you.
Yes.
5.
So beloved, you heard him. You can call, also get to him, and your marriage will be stable. May the Almighty God keep you. My name is Reverend John Wudangba. I sat in for the apostle of the A-Word, Philip Yelone. God willing, tomorrow morning, I will host one of our sisters who is a musician. She's called
Yam Radio 89.1 FM. Great music, real talk.
Sunuma ashirai wakwai no kwariani kwa mune sutimbi asino nampo yan 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 nampo yan